What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. We are back here on the Madden 25 Rebuild channel. We're going to jump in and talk about a team that just got absolutely embarrassed yesterday. That is the Dallas Cowboys. The Detroit Lions came into Dallas and wanted to absolutely murder the Cowboys. They felt so disrespected last year, the way they lost with the offensive lineman thing. They wanted to put the offensive lineman in the end zone so badly. I hope everyone had a great weekend, but let's go ahead and jump in and do this Dallas Cowboys rebuild in Madden 25. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you're new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. So the Dallas Cowboys find themselves 3-3 on the season as of right now, and they're about to go into their bye week. So at least they have that. Their defense hasn't been great. Dak, dude, I've seen Dak play bad before, but it could just be recency bias, but that might have been the worst game I've ever seen from Dak Prescott. Literally. I'm not playing, man. Like, it was bad. It was really, really bad. It was bad. So, of course, the offense, you got weapons. Ezekiel Elliott is not the guy. Rico Dowdle, I do like, but I'm not sure he's like the franchise running back either. They're probably going to have to draft somebody. Maybe they get Ashton Jeanty in the offseason. Who knows? We got Jalen Tolbert, CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, Kevontae Turpin. You got Terrence Ferguson and Luke Schoonmaker. You got a decent offensive line. It's not what it used to be, but, you know, it's still kind of a rebuilding offensive line. Defense side of football, like I said, you have Parsons, who is hurt right now. I do believe Lawrence is hurt right now as well for the Cowboys. So a lot of injuries at the moment, but what we're going to do is simply simulate the rest of year one, and we're going to find out what happens. So that's kind of how we'll just treat the rest of the season. Would not surprise me one bit if the Cowboys do end up making the playoffs at all. Now, one thing I will say, and I was shocked before the season started, if you guys remember, is I thought this might have been Dak's last year in Dallas. I really did think that would be the case, and they extended him before the season started. Now, I don't know exactly if there's like an out on the contract or whatever, if it's like fully guaranteed or what the guarantees are. But we might be stuck with Dak Prescott for this video because they extended him before the season started, so he's got a brand new contract. So what we'll do is something the rest of year one, as I said. We'll see how things go. Hopefully, we find ourselves in the playoffs, which I imagine being the Cowboys and Madden, we will be there. But let's go ahead and just simply simulate the rest of year one, as I said. Let's just see what happens. So we end up making the playoffs at 9-8, which is pretty shocking. So let's see how it kind of shook out. So 9-8, and you had... So we edge out the Commanders to make the playoffs. Okay, interesting. And then you got the Eagles winning the division at 15-2. So you're telling me they won the rest of their games for the rest of the season? That's pretty wild. Let's go ahead and take a look at the player stats and find out how things went out. So offense was 11th in the NFL. And defensively, we were 29th. So yeah, as I said, our defense definitely needs some help. 30 touchdowns, 12 receptions from Dak Prescott. You had Zeke with 10 touchdowns, 850 yards. CeeDee Lamb, 1,200 yards, 12 touchdowns, and then 700 from Jalen Tolbert, 700 from Cooks, and then Ferguson as well. Defense side of football, sacks-wise, you had Parsons with 6, Adigazua with 4.5, and then Nealon with 4.5, and then you had 4 from Donovan Wilson, 4 from Trayvon Diggs, and 3 from DeMario Overshown. So let's go ahead and jump into these playoffs. We draw the Saints in round 1, which I do believe is a team we could beat, but let's jump in and see if we do. All right, so we do start, or sorry, the Saints are with the ball, and they jump up 7-0 on our defense. We get a field goal in response, and we get an interception. So we're up 10-7. They respond with another touchdown, and we will go kick another field goal to make it a 1-point game. We take the lead now here, and I don't know if we went for 2 or whatever, but it looks like we missed the extra. Or no, we didn't. We had 13, not 14. So, but now we find ourselves up 26-14, and our defense is getting stops until now. It's 26-21, and we will score another. So it's still a 1-possession game, but I think they turned it over or something. And that will be your ball game. So we actually came into New Orleans and won a wild card game, which, again, I'm not surprised because the Cowboys are loved in Madden, but we're moving to round 2. So let's see if we can move on there. And now we have ourselves an interesting one in the divisional round, because as you can see, we travel to Detroit to play the Lions. We all saw what happened yesterday. So let's see what happens this time around. So they jump up 3-0 on us. We will respond with a touchdown. Detroit is not going to... Okay, maybe we'll blow them out. Nope, 14-10. So they make it a 1-possession game, and we give them the ball back. They don't score, and they will score now to take the lead. So it's a close one this time around. We take the lead back, and we are going to give... Okay, so they make it a 1-point game, but we will kick a field goal, and they will take the lead, 24-27. I'm not going to be jumping in this time around. It's a tie game. All right, so do we respond with a touchdown? We don't, and that's your ball game. So the Lions beat us in the divisional round. I believe we still have some building to do, so not too upset about it. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if we won the Super Bowl in year 1 because, like I said, it feels like the Cowboys are loved in Madden, but the Lions edge us out again. So clearly, we need to get to work. And I don't know how much money we're going to have, but let's find out. So we definitely have a lot more money than I thought we would. We have $74 million in cap space. So I'm assuming that might be because we have a lot of important free agents, but I guess we'll go ahead and find out as we jump in here. So Tyler Smith is a 5th-year option, which obviously him being a 90 overall, that's an obvious accept. You got Adigazua, who's 27, 80 overall. You got Zach Martin, which obviously that's an obvious re-sign. DeMarcus Lawrence, probably have to re-sign him as well. But outside of that, nobody too intriguing. I might re-sign Rico Dowdle, just to be my backup running back, but I'm not bringing back Zeke. Zeke is beyond cooked in my opinion. I don't even know why Dallas thought that was the answer. Zach Martin, we're going to bring back 100%. Like, we obviously got to lock him up, so let's just give him a deal as our best offensive lineman, and he's back. So Zach Martin will stick around. Adigazua, I don't mind, and then DeMarcus Lawrence I'll probably bring back as well, which is going to put a dent into our cap space situation, but I think losing them, I think losing Lawrence would suck. I'm going to give him a 2-year deal, so we're going to get him back. Nice. All right, so that leaves us $13 million cap space, so not a ton to work with. We'll find out what we can do as far as team salaries, see if there's like any obvious cuts or maybe a restructure, but if we restructure, that's going to, obviously kill us next year. So yeah, no obvious cuts as far as like saving some money. Like, yeah, you can cut Donovan Wilson to save $5 million. That's not much. But all right, so we're not going to be able to do too much in free agency after we just re-signed everybody that we wanted to re-sign. So that's going to definitely put a dent in our plans. But yeah, $13 million in cash space. Of course, Dak's getting paid. CD's getting paid. We just let Brandon Cooks walk. All right, so let's see what the full roster looks like. So best roster possible. O-line, thankfully, looks good. Ferguson up to a superstar, which is great. Rico Dowdle's our running back, but obviously I don't want that to be the case going forward. So Jalen Tolbert and CeeDee Lamb, that's fine. I think if we can bring in another wide receiver, that's probably ideal. So that's like the one thing. So a running back and a wide receiver on offense. Defensively, I think is where we obviously clearly need more help. I know Deron Bland has been hurt, so that will definitely give the Cowboys a boost as far as turning the football over. You got Marshawn Nealon, Micah Parsons, Demario Overshown, Clark. So, I mean, we got some pieces on defense, but it hasn't resulted in anything great. So, we'll have to see what we can do here. But I think, overall defense has some pieces to be excited about. We'll see what we can do in free agency. Again, we don't have much money, so we're not going to be able to spend that much, I imagine. So let's see what is available to us. $13 million gives us pretty much nothing to work with. So, it would be fun to bring Cooper back to Dallas, but we're not going to be able to afford him, unfortunately. We do have, like, Hopkins, which is interesting, I guess. Maybe he'd come here for pretty cheap. Jordan Mason, Mike Hilton, Elijah Moore. So, I think out of all of this, I'm going to sign... I mean, Hopkins, I don't know how much he'd want, but we do barely have enough money for him. So, bringing in Hopkins with CeeDee Lamb is interesting. It gives, Dak another weapon to work with. So, I'll give him a 1-year deal and see if he wants to come to Dallas. That'll probably be like the most we could offer here. Again, Cooper would be fun too, but I just think will be obviously a little bit more of a battle. So D-Hop nope, we're not going to be able to get him. So let's just withdraw our offer on that. Cooper already signed. We have Hopkins still here, but, unfortunately someone offered a little too much money. I wouldn't mind bringing Bobby Wagner, I guess, just as an option. Demario Overshown, actually, middle linebacker looks fine right now. I might move Micah Parsons down to the D-line. That way he's going after the quarterback more. So maybe we should sign a linebacker for moving Micah Parsons. We have Josh, Gardeck, Gibson, Devondre Campbell. Let me get Shoyanka here, man. I don't know. So let's see if we can get him on this team, and he'll take place of Micah Parsons. Maybe we can get him, and we'll see if he signs that. That'll get one piece on the defense. So we're going to have to go in the draft and really hit on the picks we make. So we will get the linebacker, which is great. Let's just head to draft night. I'm going to move some things around on the defense, and we'll find out what our what our needs will be on draft night. So yeah, I wanted to move Micah Parsons down to right end in this scheme. That way he's going after the quarterback, obviously more. I know he can cover a little bit too, but I do like Micah Parsons going after the quarterback more than I like him covering. So we're going to run with that. He'll come down, and we sign Shoyanka to kind of take that role. I don't think Shoyanka is the best linebacker to replace him, but he's more of a power rusher in his own right. So maybe we draft a linebacker, but we'll jump in the draft and kind of see what happens and see what's just available to us. I am using a new draft class today. It's actually the same draft class I use in 2K. I didn't realize they made draft classes in Madden as well. But yeah, so it's Jack Move 916 at the moment. So we'll kind of see where we will end up picking. So we end up having pick 26. So we'll have to see what's available to us when we get that far. So obviously on offense, we need a wide receiver, a running back. And on defense, we could use, whatever is just there. So we don't need a quarterback. So you got Milrow and Quinn Ewers here. We're not going to go either direction there. So you have Michael Williams. You have a free safety. You have a left guard. We have a corner. So not a lot to like here. So Ollie Gordon's interesting. I do like Ollie Gordon out of Oklahoma State. Do I want to draft a running back in round 1, though, is the question. Low key, I kind of don't mind it because I don't like a lot of the options here. I'm not going to lie to you. So we get Ollie Gordon here, who I know is a great running back. It would give us a really good back in the backfield. Screw it. I'm going to draft a running back in round 1. I know it's not the most popular thing to do, but Ollie Gordon is a really solid running back. We bring him in, and he'll be our brand new franchise running back, which I think we needed it in the worst way possible anyway. It's not the most important position to go after, as we know, but I think it made sense to go that direction here with all the talent that was on the board. So now it's the next rounds, we have a wide receiver, so we could draft both options on offense. We got free safeties, we got D tackle, we got, so not a lot. So let's take a look at the wide receiver because we know we need another one. We got Jamichael, so we got C catching, B deep route. We got C short route, D deep route, or sorry, B deep route, C catching. So not the best wide receiver, available or ever, I should say. Jackson Darts here has a quarterback. We got free safeties. I got D tackle. Okay, so look at Trey Harris at Ole Miss as well. Some of these wide receivers I don't know too much about, but Trey Harris looks a little bit better than the other options. So you know what? We're gonna address both our offensive needs in this draft. I know defense is a huge problem as well, but we get Trey Harris, so we get both Trey Harris and Ollie Gordon in this draft. Don't mind that start. Now on defense, in round 3, I'm hoping to draft somebody on defense if possible. Hopefully we can get a position. At this point, it doesn't matter what position it is. I'll just take whatever is the best player available on defense for us to draft because we need some defensive help. So if it's corner, sure, he's got A awareness. So I already like seeing that. Now we do have some linebackers, but again, their archetype is more of that power rushing. So we got Felton and Hancock. So let's take a look at Hancock here. So B catching, C zone, F. He sucks in man coverage. But in round 3, we'll just take the best corner that apparently is available. So it was ranked number 19, 119 true value. Only normal dev, but gives us another body in the building, I guess. So that will be our draft. Clearly, we addressed more of our offensive needs this offseason. We did get Tryon Shoyanko, which is okay, I guess. Nothing too crazy to be excited about. But we'll get into year 2. Obviously, as the Cowboys, I'm expected to be the playoffs regardless because they do pretty well in the Madden Sim. But I think adding Ollie Gordon and Trey Harris is going to help out a ton on the offense side of the football. So the lineup going into season number 2 looks like this. Of course, you have Dak. The offensive line is still the same, CeeDee Lamb, but you got Trey Harris and Ollie Gordon as a new options on the offense, which I love. On the defense side of football, not much changed here. Obviously, we drafted a corner, which he's not even making the depth chart, so it looks like we didn't really hit on that pick. We probably had enough corners. I didn't need to draft another one. But it is, I guess he's a 77. He's just not making the depth chart right now. Or he could be a 77 strong safety potentially. So maybe we just move him to strong safety because not even in the depth chart as a corner. So screw it. We'll move him to safety since he is a 77 strong safety. So that might be his better position. So we'll rock with that. And we will simulate this season. Hope to make the playoffs, which again, I think we will, being the Dallas Cowboys in Madden simulation. 76 strong safety. So there's some depth there, but let's find out how the season goes. And hopefully we find ourselves in the playoffs. So at the end of year number 2, we go 12-5 on the season. We don't win our division still, which is interesting. So you got the Eagles winning it at 12-5. So they must have had the tiebreaker on us. But yeah, 12-5 in the season. Things look like they went fairly well. Let's take a look at the stats. So Dak Prescott looked like he had a fantastic year. So offense was first in the NFL, which is what you want to see. And on defense, we were 12th in the NFL. So that's a lot better than what we've seen. So it looks like Ollie Gordon was exactly what we kind of needed in the backfield. Obviously, I think the Cowboys have been a lot better when they've had a great running back. Obviously the why is his name escaping me? Obviously the guy, what was his name again? I forget his freaking name at the moment. I almost said something that is definitely not the running back. Bro, that's gonna bother me. I gotta look that up real quick. I don't know why I can't think of his name right now. I knew it started with a D. I couldn't think of it. I almost said DeMarcus Ware, and that's clearly not the right answer. DeMarco Murray. I remember when they had DeMarco Murray. Ezekiel Elliott, of course, in his prime was special as well. But yeah, I feel like the Cowboys are a lot better when they have that running back and Ollie Gordon. Pollard wasn't bad either, but he wasn't like the best running back in the world. He also struggled with a lot of injuries last year, but love what I've seen out of Ollie Gordon this year. CeeDee Lamb, and then our rookie Trey Harris was also fantastic. So love that. So just all around great stuff, which is exactly what we want to see. And on the defense side of football, sacks wise, which moving Parsons to that edge obviously helps out a ton with 15 sacks on the season, which we want to see from him. Interceptions, he had 5 from Trayvon, 5 from Deron Bland, which are 2 ball hawks, as we know. May give up quite a bit of yards, but they do get interceptions. 3 from Donovan Wilson, and 3 from Mario Overshown at the middle linebacker. All right, let's jump into this first playoff game going up against the Falcons, and let's see if we can come out here and beat, I assume, Kirk Cousins in round 1 of the playoffs. So it actually is not Kirk Cousins. Instead, it is Michael Penix starting for the Falcons here in the playoffs. I assume he started all regular season. And they're going to jump up 7-0 on us. I was about to say, we're the #1 ranked offense. We need to put some points on the board. And they got a safety on us. Are we serious? But we could take the lead, and we missed the extra point, it looks like. Okay, so the defense is not playing well. Offense is playing subpar, but we're at least still getting some points on the board. But we need to, establish some dominance in this game. And there we go. 30-19, get interception. There we go. This is what we need. We need some separation. All right, so they could still make it to the 1-possession game. Now we're going to get a stop, and that is going to be your ball game. So just like that, we win round 1, 37-26. We're on to round 2. Hopefully this time we can actually win in round 2, because we made it to round 2 last year, but obviously fell short. But let's see if this time around we can go beat whoever is in front of us. Hoping to see the Lions again, because I feel like I like our chances a little bit better than last year's. So it's actually not going to be the Lions, but I think it's another team that Cowboys kind of have a little bit of a rivalry with. It is the 49ers. Obviously, these two teams have met up a couple times in the playoffs, and the Cowboys have been bested by the 49ers. So we'd love to see if we can come out here and beat them and head to the NFC Championship. So we're going to start off with a stop on defense, and we're going to put some points on the board. And another interception, this time from Diggs, 10-0. That's what we want to see. It's 10-3. We go score. No, they're gonna tie the game. Obviously, the Niners are a great team, but we take the lead. They respond with the touchdown in their own right. We score before the half is over. We start off with the football, and we're gonna score again. Now that was only a field goal, but we get a stop here, intercept or fumble by Deron Bland. So we're turning the football over, and we're up 41-17. We're in Santa Clara, and we're blowing out the Niners, which would be music in Cowboys fans' ears. Unfortunately, this is just Madden, not real life, so calm down. But let's head to the NFC Championship, and let's see if we can go to the Super Bowl. So heading into the NFC Championship, interestingly enough, we get the 9-8 Minnesota Vikings. Now, this is interesting because obviously the Vikings have been great in real life. So my question is already answered. I was like, is it going to be Sam Darnold starting? But it is J.J. McCarthy. So they were 9-8 on the season. They won a division, so we head to Minnesota for this game. Obviously, they have J.J. I mean, I feel like this is a game we should win, but we find ourselves down 7-0 very early. We respond with a field goal. We get a stop on defense, and we'll take the lead 10-7. Now it's a tie ball game. We'll score on this time 17-10. But J.J. McCarthy is slinging the ball on us 24-17. This is where we establish the dominance. There we go, 31-17. This is exactly kind of how the Niners game went. And we keep getting stops on defense now. So our defense is settling in. It's 31-17. Another stop by our defense. And it's 31-24. So they have all 3 timeouts. All we need is 1 first down, and this game is over. They tried the onside kick. It didn't work. But all we got to do is hand this off to Ollie Gordon 3 times and hope we can get a first down. And that will be your ball game. So we're going to see if we can do that here and head to the Super Bowl. So okay, that should be, that's going to be a good start to this drive. That's a 5-yard gain. Obviously, you take those. We'll go to inside zone here, and we'll hand it off to Ollie Gordon again. We're going to hand it off 3 times and live with the results. Because I assume we'll be able to get a first down here. We have a decent O-line. Give me a block, 73. All right, so that's going to give us... All right, so 32. To me, this might be 4-down territory. We're going to go 0-1 trap this time around. And we're going to hand it off to our right side, which has, features Zach Martin. So here we go. This is for the ball game. If we get this first down, the game is over. And, okay, I didn't really get a block there. It's 4th and 5. We do have a really good field goal kicker. Let's see if I can make this field goal to ice the game. So, not great. I haven't used this kicking meter a lot, but holy moly, what just happened? Why did it start doing that at the end? Okay. Well, we missed the field goal because I don't know what just happened there, but we're going to come in and play some defense, shall we? So let's see if I can get a stop on defense to salt this game away. I thought I could just obviously salt the game away with just a stop on or a first down on offense. Unfortunately, not going to be the case. And we're going to get a sack. And they have no timeouts, so they're going to have to... So Micah Parsons with 2 sacks in the game. So that worked out pretty well. So we'll just once again cover the middle. Okay, that's going to be... Okay. looked like, I don't even know who that was to. Is that Peoples Jones? Did I see that correctly? I have no idea. But all right, we'll come out here once again. Play coverage. It seems to be working so far. They're somewhere in cover 3. All right, so we just got to get another stop here. Can we do it is the question. So, all right, we'll let them take the check down. It's going to be 4th and 13. That's a long thing you have to convert. So just keep the pressure on them. Okay, they went quickly, which I guess I should have expected. Get a stop. Okay, that's your ball game. All right, we'll take that. 31-24. That is your ball game, and we're headed to the Super Bowl. So this video just kind of feels like a revenge tour for the Dallas Cowboys, because now we get a team that actually beat the Cowboys at home this year. Kind of embarrassed them. They did make a little bit of a late comeback to make the game close. But I'm talking about the Baltimore Ravens. They came into Dallas and kind of blew out the Cowboys for the most part. But now we face them in the Super Bowl. They start off with the ball, and they got nothing out of it. So let's see if we can take the lead here. And we do just that. It's 7-0, and we got an interception or something, and we're up 10-0. Okay. Now the Ravens will kick a field goal, and we will be up 13-3. And an interception from Trayvon Diggs. It's 20-3 right now in the Super Bowl. It's going to be a very... Okay, it looks like we're blowing the Ravens out, but they could always get close in the game. But it's going to be 30-11, and it's 30-18. Now, I only did one offseason in this video, so I'm going to jump in and play a little bit, because why not? Like, let's end this video with some gameplay. Obviously, the Cowboys, you know, even though they choke every year, unfortunately, they are kind of a Super Bowl team. They're one of the best teams in the NFC on paper, in theory. It just doesn't seem to work out for them, but I'm still going to try to see. All right, so we don't get nothing on this drive, or on that first play, I should say. But yeah, in theory, the Cowboys. So like, it wasn't hard for me to, you know, build this team to a Super Bowl. Like I said, Madden loves the Cowboys in the simulation, and they have a good roster. They have some good pieces, but they're just not clicking right now. But I assume that might change. Okay, so that's gonna be a nice run. 3rd and 5. Now that we might let this go down to the 2-minute warning. So let's go true clock here. We won't hike this one, and we'll see if we can, you know, get this down to the 2-minute warning. All right, so that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. We don't need to hike a play. All right, so we need a first down. That will help salt the game away a little bit. The Ravens, I think I saw, have all 3 timeouts, so it won't technically be like over. But you know what? I don't mind stretching this to the outside, and we'll see if we can get the edge with Ollie Gordon here. I'm gonna rock with it. 3rd and 5. They have all 3 timeouts. I think we might get the edge. Yes, we do. That's a first down and more. Can I get to the end zone? Maybe. And that's a touchdown. 36-18. That is what we love to see. And let's see if they give us another possession. They do. All right, so we don't need to obviously score anymore. This game is all but over. But I'm going to go ahead now here and, you know, run the ball with the guy I drafted in Ollie Gordon. So, great stuff, man. I didn't get in the... Oh, my gosh, that might be another touchdown. I got one man to beat. It's Kyle Hamilton. I can't juke him, unfortunately. All right, so that's going to be 17 rushes for 110... Or 107... Yeah, 110 yards. Do we want to run the read option with Dak? No, let's feed Zeke, or not Zeke. Sorry, not Zeke. Let's feed CeeDee Lamb in the end zone. Let's see if we can get CeeDee Lamb in the end zone. I might force the ball to him. I got nothing to lose here. I mean, we won regardless, and he's there. Well, I mean, what do I mean? Feet. The end, he's in. CeeDee Lamb touchdown. That is what I'm talking about. That'll be your ball game. And we got the Cowboys in the Super Bowl. So, nice. 44-18. We beat the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson comes up short in his Super Bowl quest, his first appearance. I think maybe he made it last year in Madden, but yeah, only took us one offseason, man. And again, like, I'm not taking a ton of credit for that because the Cowboys have a good roster, and Madden loves the Cowboys, as I said. But regardless, I'm going to end it on that note, on the good note of winning a Super Bowl. I'll see you guys in the next one. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.